Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esports Architects Podcast. My name is Bearlight, and we're excited to have Katrina here with us today. And Katrina is a Twitch partner and streamer and content creator for the Charlotte Phoenix. Katrina, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Absolutely. First, we want to get to know you and where you came from in streaming. So tell us a little bit about yourself as a person, number one, and what you do on your streams.
Okay. You know, I actually think that my story is a little different than most. I was originally in the medical field, and I was a medical assistant, I think, for like 3 or 4 years after college. And I was always planning to go to PA school to be a physician assistant. But in fall of 2021, I decided to pick up streaming. I started with Fall Guys, which was super, super fun, playing with a lot of people in my community.
Yeah.
And since I was supposed to start school, I believe last August, in January, I quit my job as a medical assistant and just decided to take up content creation full time. And it's been an absolute blast, and I've never looked back yet.
Definitely. So when you were in the medical field, was there like a final, cutoff where you're like, this is enough, I need to find something else? Or was it just, I want to try something new just in general?
Honestly, so prior to starting PA school, everyone recommends that you quit your job because it's going to be the most stressful 2.5, 3 years of your life. So I was always planning on quitting being a medical assistant, at least for the interim. And streaming was just kind of something fun as a hobby that I was doing in between. And it kind of just exploded. I would say it was both. I was quitting because I was going to school, and I was quitting because this is really fun and I'm having success at it. So
we talked about how you were able to achieve Twitch partner prior to this, and so what were some of the feelings, some of the emotions that were building up into you when you got that message back that said, hey, you're now a Twitch partner? And then what are some of the things that you can do now because you are a partner?
Yes, I was super, super excited. I feel like I was really rushed into this whole entire process of streaming, affiliate, partner, content creation, all of it. And I remember I worked for like a month drafting, because you have to apply with it. You have to answer a prompt of like, I think it was something like, why should you be a Twitch partner? And like, what will you bring to the platform? And I worked like a month doing rough drafts of like, well, what will I do? What can I do? What can they offer me? What can I offer them? And when I finally submitted it, I was accepted my first time, which I didn't know was rare. And it was super, super awesome. I think the greatest thing, though, out of everything that they can offer you is more emote slots. I have like 60 emotes now, and it's just so fun to keep adding them and adding them and adding them. And it's a nice privilege to have.
When you add those emotes, number one, you get more chat engagement, which is always super cool. You get to really establish that family with your Twitch viewers. And so talk a little bit about your family, right? When we talk about your stream, in the Twitch world, right? What are some of the things that a new viewer might experience when they get into your stream? And then what are some of the things that you would describe your family as?
Okay. To answer your first question, I think it's actually so funny. On Twitch, when you come in for the first time, it has that little bubble that says first time chatter. So you know when somebody's new. And most people, when they come in, they're very surprised by the amount of sounds and sighing and sound effects that I make during the game. Whether it be excited or angry or literally any emotion, you don't know how much the mic picks up. You're like heavy breathing, like, ah, ah, ah. And then they're like, what's going on here? I think that's one thing that they definitely don't expect, but I think it draws them in because it's a lot of sound effects and a lot of crazy things going on all the time. It's really hard to censor yourself when you're playing a game like Rocket League that is just a whirlwind of emotions. So yeah, that's something that they should expect. Expect loud noises, a lot of random sound effects, me screaming, excited, and all of your emotions to be turned up on top of each other. And your second question, you asked about family.
Yeah, what would you describe your Twitch viewers as? As a family, would you say that they're more? I know communities that can get a little bit more aggressive in nature and try to be funny, with you, or is it more just like a loving, accepting family that's just there for some cool and chill vibes?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think the majority of the people in my community were all friends. It's loving. It's great. What's funny is some of my mods who basically were friends in the community, but we just happened to develop a closer relationship. Yeah. They are the ones that pester me and tease me and will rag on me. But everyone else in the community is like, no, don't say that. And they're like, I can say whatever I want to say. And so it's a little bit mix of both. I do think that the mods sometimes set an example. So, I mean, they know that it's safe to goof around and to tease, but no one is mean or toxic by any means. And if somebody does come in like that, everybody has my back, where they're like, you're not going to be doing that today. Not here.
And that's super important to have somebody in chat that's able to have your back when somebody comes in. I know it's not easy to deal with somebody coming into your Twitch stream and being in creating those negative vibes. I know I've experienced that in the past where I've actually straight up just went my camera first. I went straight on and I was like, confronted this individual for minutes. It's so tempting. But it's maybe not the best response, right?
Right?
So have you experienced some of those examples of people coming in?
Oh, yeah, all the time. It is really hard, especially when you start to deal with these things, because what you don't understand when you go from just living a regular life, regular 9 to 5, not an online presence, to being an online presence, there will always be people that do not like you.
Yep.
It does not matter what you do. You could be a God-sent saint. You could be the juiciest peach in the world, and there's still somebody that does not like peaches. And when you have those people that come in, you really just have to be able to deal with it. You can't lash out. You can't lash back. You want to, and they want you to engage with them. But I think it's important that if you can, ignore it, because eventually they'll see they don't get attention and they'll leave. Or if you can, be calm about it and address them and say, hey, did you really mean to say that? That wasn't very nice. And sometimes when you say that, they say, you know what? There's been people that have literally been like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I've just been having a hard time. And then we all get along after and we're all friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are like, I didn't mean to say that. Well, you're banned. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you handle it, right? If it gets to that level of negativity. That being said, when you have this individual come in and it can kind of throw off your gameplay as well. And so it gets a little bit frustrating there. And then suddenly you want to cut off the stream directly. And so it takes a lot within you to not, get frustrated, right, flustered, and cut out the stream. So props to you for dealing that when it does come up. I know it's not frequent, which is nice, or at least it wasn't for me personally. Was it frequent for you?
I don't think that on Twitch it's very frequent, but if you stream on TikTok, the discovery is higher, which is great, but the amount of people that will come in for a split second and find you, and the people on TikTok are also a younger audience. I think they're like between the ages of 13 and 18. So of course they're like little 14-year-old trolls. They're like, this is not champ. This is silver. So it happens more on TikTok, but again, since TikTok discoverability is so fast, they'll say something and then they're gone. And you don't even have time to react to it because that was 5 minutes ago and they're long gone.
Totally. Perfect segue into my next question. We were talking social media. So what are some of the social media platforms that are must-haves for not only just streamers, but content creators in general? What are the ones that you use and you find integral?
One thing that I regret not having earlier was a Twitter. Twitter is like the new LinkedIn. Like I have LinkedIn too, but Twitter is how you can network, not only as a creator, as an esports org, as a player, as literally anybody. Twitter is how you will find and talk to people outside the space. If you just have a streaming platform like Twitch, yeah, you're talking to people who happen to be there at that moment from 7 to 9 p.m., but you'll never talk to anybody else. And Twitter is where you can really share your thoughts, express your opinions, create friendships, create bonds, and create inner circles that will last forever. As well as, I hate to say, every media outlet is important, but TikTok and YouTube are different than Twitch in that they have long-form content that will be there forever until you delete it.
That's right.
People can search you, and they can watch long-form videos, they can watch short-form videos, and even if they're not engaging with you at that very moment, it's something that they can still go back and watch if they want to talk to you now. Or watch you now, rather.
An important part of the process is being able to build that brand. I think you've done an effective job. I mean, with the following that you've established on TikTok, on Instagram. So shout out to you for sure. And congratulations, by the way. Charlotte Phoenix and yourself have extended. So that's super exciting. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so happy that I was finally able to make it up here
and visit the facilities. First time here, eh?
Yep. First time in Charlotte. First time at the Hub. It's absolutely awesome.
Overall, how would you describe, the organization as a whole, your experience with the Charlotte Phoenix as it stands through your first little bit with the organization, and what do you expect in the future with the Charlotte Phoenix?
It's been absolutely awesome. I'm super excited that I got to meet Potato Pie, our Minecraft creator. I really wish that I got to meet Deridian, but I think that he is really busy doing Apex stuff.
Yep.
It's been super, super awesome. It actually has been more than I think of what I thought it was going to be. It's so multifaceted of like what you do, what you experience, like new people that you meet and objectives and duties that you have. I think it's really awesome that we have a Rocket League team. Shout out to them.
That's right.
I love watching them play, cheering them on, retweeting their tweets, and I got a chance to cast a couple of their matches.
That's right.
Following in your footsteps. Super hard, but so fun. It's like if you ever go to a sporting event, like in person, like even though you're not in person, like watching it and being in their game and casting it is like the difference of watching football on TV or being at the football game. Like we're in the game. And it's super awesome. A lot of things I never would have thought I would ever do, I've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a different vibe, when they see you, that you have so many emotions and reactions. I think a lot of Twitch viewers definitely respect that type of thing and actually prefer that over the main broadcast. So I respect what you do in that aspect too.
Yeah, basically, it's what you can expect when you watch my own stream as well. It's just screaming, yes, they scored, no, yes, they got it, we won.
So what you're saying is it's you being you.
Yeah.
Authentic you, and I think that's what makes you great. I do want to know, though, you've been streaming for a while now, so do you still get nervous whenever you kick up the stream?
You think that you wouldn't, but still every stream, I have the pre-stream jitters. I have a stress ball that I squeeze, and I give it like 5 good pumps.
Yep.
And I take a sip of water, and I go live, and like the first, not even minute, but the first minute I'm just kind of like deep breathing, and then all of a sudden you see so many people outpouring because I have a channel point redemption that's worth 1 Katrina cookie, which is the channel point reward, and whoever can redeem that first kind of gets like a special sticker star for the stream.
Oh, that's cool.
The amount of people that flood in immediately off the rip, as soon as they come in and they're like, "Hey, how was your day?" I'm like, "Oh, God, I'm not nervous. I'm fine. How was your day? I had lunch. What'd you have for lunch?" And then it kind of becomes like, sometimes you forget that you're streaming. It seems like you're just in a Discord call and there happens to be a camera there. Like, we're playing the same game, we're talking about our lives. Oh, and I am live. Oh, I forgot. You guys are looking at me. Like, it's very ebb and flow, but...
Hopefully nothing embarrassing whenever you realize that you're still streaming, right?
No, not like that. Just the comfort level is
Love it.
just, you know, you're pretty relaxed and you forget, oh, I forgot we're live. Well, that's how y'all are talking to me. So I think after the first minute, you're no longer stressed out or nervous. It's just... we're hanging out.
Well, I think that speaks a lot to your community as a whole. Just letting them know that they've been super comforting to you and to reach that aspect is really cool.
Yeah, there's times that I will just not really vent, but just kind of just go on and on and on. And I'm like, thank you guys for being my therapist. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but they just listen. They're my friends and they listen. I hope.
So out of the emotes that you have added recently, which one is your favorite or most used as well within the chat? Which one do you like seeing when you're in chat? Or viewing chat?
There's so many that I like. I think one of the ones that I like a lot is we had during our first subathon last year, we were just doing crazy things. We were not just playing Rocket League. We were doing karaoke. We were doing learning TikTok dances. We were doing like cosplay outfits. And during one part of the stream during the subathon, I was dressed in this like kind of like Sailor Moon outfit. And I had these rave goggles on.
Yep.
And I was listening to this like Lady Gaga remix of, I think it's called 911. And I was dancing and I was like, Somebody clipped it and turned it into a GIF. Or GIF, I'm not sure how you say it. And that's one of our most used emotes is like me dancing. It has like a flashing background and I'm like,
Can you teach me it?
That's basically it.
Boom, boom,
Back and forth.
Oh, that's easy. Okay.
Top and bottom. Top and bottom.
And I thought I couldn't dance. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you can dance.
That's
I've
great.
seen it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Where have you seen that?
Just now.
That wasn't dancing, I don't think, at least.
This is
Didn't see my way. Are
dancing?
you kidding me?
What, you gotta move legs too?
Well, when you do it, it looks so much better. So, I mean, I feel like that's why.
No, we're twins.
You're right. After all, I mean, look at this face. So you actually got to experience RLCS at its biggest level during Worlds in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then also DreamHack in California as well. So I kind of want to get your thoughts on both of the events as a whole, as far as how you saw those compared side by side, but also just how you had as an experience as a whole through the Rocket League community.
Yeah, those are super awesome events. You know, I've only been to 3 events. I went to the Winter Major last year in LA, then I went to Worlds, and then, like you just said, I went to DreamHack in San Diego. I think that Worlds had kind of a bigger presence, like the stadium was big, or the stage, or whatever. There were more seats. But I think at DreamHack, there was a lot more to do that wasn't Rocket League related.
Sure.
And as much as I love Rocket League, it was kind of nice getting a break to just step away for a second. You know, the games aren't really going on. I'd go to Artist Alley. I got a frog pen. Like, we'd walk away. We'd get some drinks and try to wake up. And
Frog pen.
Yeah. Like, like the
Talk-
enamel pins.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, you put on your jacket or a hat. Well, I've started collecting those. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I have one that's a frog, and it was absolutely adorable, and it was one of 100, and I got it. So you can kind of take a break from Rocket League, whereas at Worlds, you can walk out, and there's, like, food, and there's stage, there's
on the
little
concourse,
booths.
right? But there's not like experiences outside of that.
Yeah,
right?
there was and we met a lot more people. I met so many people out of the Rocket League space. Like I met BB Jess, I met Caliente, I met Moving with Matt, who's a chess boxer who worked with Ludwig last year.
Oh, sick.
So many awesome people that you're like, I didn't even know that existed, and it really just. It's mind-blowing because you get to experience all these other things that you'd never even see. Whereas if it's just Rocket League, of course it's amazing. I love seeing Rocket League creators and players and agencies and orgs. But getting to have like a little 5-minute, 10-minute break here and there, meeting new people who don't do what you do. So not only is it like, oh, I learned so much from you. Like they're like, I never even heard of Rocket League. Well, let me show you. Let's walk over to the stage and watch. And they're like, this is awesome. This is crazy. So you're like kind of cross-pollinating different games, creators, and everything. And it's kind of like melting pot.
Like as far as all the different titles and streamers that come together as a whole, you think that would grow the esports scene as a whole?
Yes, because speaking of Moving with Matt, myself and Tenacity have both talked with him about learning how to play Rocket League, and he is like, I'm going to teach you how to do chess boxing. So chess boxing, to be brief about it, because I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Basically,
briefly.
Oh, you have heard about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you play chess for so-and-so amount of time. You have like a minute break to put your gloves on and your boxing gear. You box for so amount of time, and then you have to get back off and do chess again, which is really interesting. So you're cross-pollinating. You're teaching them about what you do in Rocket League if they've never heard of it, and you're learning more about them as well.
Awesome.
Super fun.
We'll teach us about you and let us know. You can look at this camera here and let us know what you have coming up. Is it just more of your regular streams? Do you have any visits besides, of course, the one here in Charlotte that you have going on as well?
Okay, yes. We do plan on doing a nice GTA stream tonight at the facility. Because y'all have the e-racing simulators up with like,
that's right.
I know y'all can't see it on camera, but there's like 1,000 of little chairs, wheels, and like super widescreen monitors. And tonight we were hoping that we could do some Grand Theft Auto, and you could see my reckless driving. I've actually been trying to put together more of a content plan as well of expanding, doing Rocket League, of course, but expanding other games and seeing how we can improve our, what's the word I'm looking for? Improve our connection with the audience. Maybe people are interested in not Rocket League and they could come and join. So Grand Theft Auto, we've been playing some Valorant, God of War, Skyrim, a lot of different games that we're trying to hopefully do, and especially playing the GTA tonight. I'm really excited.
Yeah, that goes along the same lines as what we just talked about with the event at DreamHack, where everybody gets to get together and learn something new.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what game you're playing. You have your audience and your friends and your community, and they just want to see you be happy. They want to see new stuff too. So super excited to explore that avenue.
100%. Well, we appreciate you being here, Katrina. It was awesome to talk to you, and looking forward to see what you do here with the Charlotte Phoenix organization as well.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.